Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy Radical. I know I've been away for a while, but I'm coming back with videos, so just hang on tight. You feel me? Now, this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. I didn't have the time to really talk about it, but now I do. Brother Polight, or as we should now start calling him, Chomo Polite, you know, he got arrested for doing SA to one of his many wives, daughters, or whatever the case is, and he got she found out there was some evidence on a dress, some DNA evidence. It got linked back to him, and that's the reason why he got arrested. You know what I'm saying? And this whole court case started happening. Now, there's a lot of buffoons and idiots out there that are talking about that. No, Polite, he's being framed and this and this and this. Fam, this is insane. How are you guys gonna see all the evidence and talk about he's being framed? Mind you, this is a person that scammed the black community, talking about white supremacy, this and all that other stuff, going to Harlem, battling and having debates with Jewish folks and white people, and coming out victorious and all that other stuff, looking like an idiot with a damn Egyptian eye painted on his face, looking like a goddamn idiot, doesn't do nothing for his community, did nothing for his community but scam and steal, and just been proven. But yet, when people at that time were bringing it up, oh no, you're a coon. You can't talk like that about our brother, this and this and this. And this is the reason why I say that Brother Polite going to jail is a big, huge L for the pro-black community, because there's a lot of people that like to see hypocrisy, focus on people, repeat and regurgitate their talking points, but yet when they see that they're doing wrong, they like to stay shut. Like Tariq Nasheed. Like a Tariq Nasheed, everybody, first of all, the people that's been going after Tariq Nasheed, oh, nah, they're coons, they're this, they're just jealous, until something crazy happens and everybody stays shut. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody stays shut. There's a lot of supporters of Brother Polite staying shut. And there's a lot of people also talking out, trying to defend this latest buffoonery. There's a bunch of idiocracy, you know what I'm saying? But you cannot change the facts. You cannot change the facts. This dude has been a scum and a dirtbag of the community for the longest. This guy has scammed, talking about he's doing projects to give homes to people. Turned out that wasn't the truth. He got so big up in his scam that he got even fired from that project. You know what I'm saying? He stole cryptocurrency from certain people, and even a cryptocurrency millionaire that looked up to him. He stole and used this dude. I think, was it Crypto Roots or whatever the case is, and then that dude ended up dying broke and poor. Like, come on, man. It's crazy. But this is the same person that everybody gives respect to, right? You know what I'm saying? But somebody with some value, somebody with some encouragement, somebody with an actual plan, y'all don't even take serious. But somebody that knows how to talk and sound right. Oh, okay. Regardless if all of these, regardless if it doesn't, he doesn't even live that type of lifestyle. Oh, don't worry about it. It is what it is. We'll give him $1 million. He opened up a museum, even though previously he said museums don't really contribute to much. But let's forget all that, right? Right? All right. But I want to talk about. I want to just talk about how this is a huge L for the pro-black community. Y'all are so woke, y'all sleep. You feel me? Y'all are so woke, y'all sleep. Mind you, this is supposed to be the pro-conscious. We know everything. This is the same guy this is the same idiot, and people believed him, that said that he was sovereign citizen and he had sovereign citizen papers, and he could get out of any courtroom and any legal loophole or whatever the case is, but yet couldn't get out of this one. Had to pay for lawyers and all that. All right, cool. Let's believe all that. Let's believe that this dude could astral project and read hieroglyphics and break down the Bible 37 different ways. Yeah, let's believe all that, because at the end of the day, the same people that y'all give a light to, the same people that y'all prop up and ignore and don't call out the bullshit that they do, is the same people hurting your community. It's a fact. It's a fact. But let's look at some of the. First of all, there's some buffoons out there, some idiots that are talking about, nah, he ain't really going to jail. Most of these things were dropped and all that other stuff. Let's listen to the judge on what he's being sentenced for. All right, let's listen to the judge and see what he's sentenced for.
Please welcome the testimony about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Okay, I'll need the old information. I want the defendant to be aware of what he was originally facing and what the new information. This is the new information.
I didn't give it to you.
Oh, I have one back here. All right. Okay, can you tell me your full name and date of birth?
Michael Eugene Note Jr., August 10th, 1983.
All right, thank you. You were originally charged under case number F21-14438 with the following charges: lewd and lascivious molestation on a child, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Count 2 was lewd and lascivious molestation on a child, 12 to 16 years, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Lewd and lascivious conduct on a child under 16 by a defendant 18 or over, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Count 4, lewd and lascivious exhibition on a child under 16 years, defendant over 18, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. And contributing to the dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. And then count 6 is interference with custody, a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years state prison. The state has now filed an amended information today, charging you with the following.
Remember, that's where his original charges. You know what I'm saying? Those were his original charges. And again, he got into a plea deal. Let's just keep it real for what a plea deal is, because there's a lot of people out here believing his bullshit, talking about, yo, they dropped the DNA charges and stuff. Of course they're going to drop the DNA charge because it wasn't me. No, stop it. All right? When you go into a plea deal, you want to get the best thing out there, and the prosecutor wants to get you behind bars. It doesn't matter how long it is. They want to get you behind bars. They could care less. So they're going to work with you. They're going to work with you, whatever plea deal here. And he was very adamant, and I'm going to let y'all listen to what the mother has to say, right? He was very adamant. He didn't want that SA charge on his record. So guess what? They're going to do everything else and say, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll take it off the record, but you're going to plead guilty to this. You're going to plead guilty to something that has to do with SA to a minor, but it won't be on your charge. Don't worry about it. But you're going to be pleading guilty to that. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't do anything, let's keep it 1,000. If he didn't do anything, all that money he scammed from the community, he could have just paid for a good lawyer. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. If somebody's really innocent, yo, let's fight it all away. You feel me? But he knows he did something. You know what I'm saying? But these are the new charges. So those are the old ones. These are the new ones. So check this out.
Aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony, punishable by up to 30 years state prison. Count 2 is aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony, punishable by up to 30 years state prison. And contributing to the dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. It is my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to this new information. You would be adjudicated guilty, and your sentence has been memorialized in a 4-page plea agreement. Did you have the opportunity to go over this plea agreement with your lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. I do need the defendant to initial each page because they're are not initials on these pages. All right. Noack, that you have gone over this plea agreement with your lawyer, and I want to go over it with you, not each and every aspect of it, but the major components of the plea agreement.
The plea agreement, the plea deal. Let's keep it real. That's what it means. So let's keep it 1,000. This is the plea deal. So whatever little way he was talking about, this ain't no plea deal. No, it's a plea deal. All right. Yeah, stupid motherfuckers are the ones that are believing his lies. All right, let's keep it going.
What I am going to ask is for the state to tell me the general terms of the plea agreement, and then we will go into the details on the contract. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the plea agreement includes an adjudication, 7 years of state prison, followed by 10 years of reporting probation. As a condition of probation, the defendant will...
When you say 10 years probation.
10 years reporting probation. Okay. The defendant will complete the MDSO program. The defendant will not be allowed to have unsupervised contact with children.
Unsupervised, they're not allowed to have unsupervised contact with children. If he wasn't guilty, that wouldn't be part of it.
The defendant will have specific terms regarding where he may work and the ability to wear a uniform. There are additional terms of restitution, of which $5,000 has been agreed to be paid upfront within 24 hours, mailed to the to the victim, and additional restitution to be paid out on a monthly basis once he is out of custody. And that monthly amount is highlighted in the written terms of the plea agreement. Additionally, there will be a stay away order from victim TS and her mother, which is also mentioned in the plea agreement.
What is the total amount of the restitution?
The total amount of restitution is $25,000.
He stole a lot of money. He stole a lot of money for $25K. Shit.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. All right. Okay, so Mr. Noack, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just stated, that you are going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record. Do you also understand, sir, that by entering into this plea that it may subject you to involuntary civil commitment proceedings set forth in Florida statutes 394.910 through 394.931? Do you understand everything that I've said thus far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to also...
Remember, that's his voice. He said, yeah, and all that. Let's go.
Also advise you, sir, that you are going to be sentenced to 7 years in state prison, to be followed by 10 years of reporting probation. In addition to any of these special conditions of probation, you will also participate in and successfully complete a mentally disordered sex offender treatment program, that you are also not eligible. Okay, you may, according to the state, you may be eligible for early termination of all of the conditions of your probation.
Remember, he's going to a program for SA, all right?
Have been completed, that you have had no violations of your probation, and that you have not been arrested for any other criminal offense. Is that correct, Steve?
And to clarify, the terms stated in 5 is there is no prohibition on early termination. However, there is a requirement that any modification to this agreement be agreed by the state and the court. Okay.
All right, sir. Now, with respect to this plea agreement, I have on each page next to defendant's initials MN. Did you in fact affix those initials to each page?
I did.
And have you reviewed each and every component of this plea agreement going through page 1 and through page 4?
I have.
Now it says on page 4, having read the above mentioned terms of this plea agreement and having been advised by my counsel, David Terrace, I, Michael Noak, freely and voluntarily enter into this plea agreement and agree to abide by all terms and conditions of this plea agreement, and agree that failure to comply with any terms or conditions within this agreement constitutes a violation of probation and subjects me to be sentenced to the statutory maximum penalties provided by law for the crimes for which I am now pleading guilty. And then it has a signature over the name Michael Noah. Is that in fact your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, man. I'm gonna pause it right here. I'm gonna let the mom speak and let y'all hear that.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, so what I'd like you to do is, well, you don't want to give your name, so at this point, just go ahead and you can give us an impact statement. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Michael Nowak. This is the first time I have spoken publicly about what you've done to my daughter and I. I have gracefully remained silent the last 2.5 years. 2.5 years of pain, shock, disbelief, PTSD, constant nightmares, and daily triggers. Trying to help my daughter heal when I'm not even healed myself. What you have done to my daughter, myself, and my entire family is inexcusable. You hurt us all. You made me believe that you were such a great man and you could do no wrong. You made me fully trust you, and for that, my daughter trusted you too. But the truth is, you're a monster, a demon. The very first time that I allowed you to be alone with my daughter, the very first time, and you couldn't even help yourself. You told me you was gonna be right back. You were going downstairs. You were gonna grab food and take vacation pictures. You told me that you wanted to have a one-on-one talk with her about loving and respecting me as a great mother that I was and am. And I actually believed you. I believed that you were going to bring her right back. I thought you were going to have this trusting conversation with her that you promised me. Her and I both trusted you. For a grown man to violate a child who trusted him, you should be ashamed of yourself. You plotted on me and my little girl. The entire time you knew what you planned to do. Isolate, intoxicate, then violate my baby. Shame on you. I trusted you to bring her right back. You were supposed to bring her back the same way that you took her. Instead, you drugged her and took advantage of her. You sexually abused her. You forced alcohol down her throat. You then forced her to see things that no child should ever have to see. You forced her to feel things that no child should have to feel. You forced her to accept violence that no child should ever have to endure. You forced drugs in her that no human should ever even ingest. She's my child. My baby. How could you? How could you? You could have killed her with all the drugs that were found in her system.
Damn.
And you thought your master plan was mapped out perfectly, huh? You thought I'd be dumb enough to believe you over my child. And you thought that money would blind me. You thought I was going to be so blinded that I wouldn't notice when you returned her with bruises all over her body and her mouth busted, uncontrollably shaking. Absolutely not. And although you executed your plan and you got what you wanted those couple of hours, you actually failed. Because look where you're at right now. You have created a lifetime of trauma for my daughter and I. Before you, we never knew evil existed. You brought so much evil into our lives that early morning. And I'll never forget. I called you like 50 times and you wouldn't answer me. And I called her too, but you took her phone. You drugged my baby and you gave her no way to seek help. You left me no way to contact her or even know where she was. I get physically sick now whenever I'm away from my daughter because of you. Something as simple as her going to school, I'm in panic mode. Because I'm scared when she comes back, she's going to be hurt all over again. I constantly have flashbacks of that night. And what she lives with is not okay.
She feels uncomfortable around people and will live with this forever, and this is not fair to her. She never deserved this. Shame on you for forcing evil on our youth. And you know, for a year, I questioned, how could you even do this to us? Her and I did nothing wrong to you. We trusted you. I moved across the country because I believed everything that you told me. But it was pure manipulation I see now. All you do is specialize in selling false dreams. How could you do this to an innocent child and mother who simply trusted you? We did nothing wrong. But you know what? I'm done breaking my head trying to question or figure out how you could do such a thing. It's so simple to me now. You're just a sick man. A man you can have a plethora of women, but you secretly prefer to have a child. And it's so clear now. I will never be able to fully trust another person due to the betrayal that you've shown me. And for that, I was not willing to trust 6 strangers and go to trial. Nor was I going to put my daughter through an additional trauma. This plea was in our best interest. You and I both know the evidence is extremely substantial. But even with that, I refuse to have my child be tormented when she's done nothing wrong. All she holds is the truth. And I will say this, although you were so worried about being labeled a sex offender, you did us a huge favor by admitting to guilt, period. So for that, I thank you. I truly thank you. Yes, mitigation took place and I allowed it as long as it meant you going to prison and you getting true help. Because true help means no more victims. The fact that your only non-negotiable was to accept the sex crime shows exactly the type of man that you are. You know what you did in that hotel room. I know what you did, and my daughter knows what you did. DNA doesn't lie. There's no reason why your DNA should have been found on my baby. And yes, I satisfied your bogus request to not be labeled a sex offender, but it doesn't take away from who you truly are. I wasn't going to waste any time going back and forth with you over a label. God will judge you for exactly the person he knows you to be, a sexual predator. So rest assured, jail time equals jail time. And I pray that during your 10 years of sex offender probation, you actually receive the treatment that you need, and it helps heal your sick mind and get the thoughts of being with children out of it. All you care about is your pretend image, but I know exactly who you are now. You want to be this public figure, but you want to do all your evil acts in secret. You're so self-centered. That's why the last time I saw you on February 27, 2021, you fought me. You tried to hold me hostage from taking my daughter to the hospital. I'll never forget that cowardly look in your eyes. I'll never forget it. You were so scared. You were so scared because you realized you messed with the wrong one. Your last words to me, you held me and said, please don't go. You're going to ruin my career. Well, today, September 6th, 2023, my last words to you are, I hope the next 17 years of your life, you're reminded of the disgusting, terrifying, unforgettable act that you've done to my innocent daughter. Shame on you. And although you've caused a tremendous amount of trauma for myself and my daughter, we will and will always be superior of you, because a successful, honest career is something that you can never, ever have. We will both continue to stand against violence. My daughter will continue to persevere and be bright and intelligent and courageous young woman that she is. So Michael Nowak, I hope you enjoy prison and God bless you.
All right, so that's what the mom said. She even agreed to lower the charges of his, not wanting to have SA charges and all that other stuff, man. What you guys think? You guys think what do you guys think about this whole thing? You guys think that, I'm bugging, or you guys think that good riddance, or what? Let me know. Comments down below. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.